Hi, I'm Nick Lujan, and I have concerns with my skin. I'm oily in the T-zone, pretty normal everywhere else. I do get some redness, and I'm in New York, so there's always a lot of humidity to deal with. I wanted to share with you how I wear Ultra HD foundation. So whenever you go in to get matched, make sure that they try about 3 colors on you so that you can make sure that it's the right color for you. There are 40 color choices, so there's more color choices than ever before. And the best way to get matched is to try those 3 colors in the most visible area of your face. And whichever color tends to disappear into your skin the most is going to be the best color for you. So this one's a little bit too light in the middle. This one's a little bit too yellow. And this one, as I blend it through, seems to match me. All right. So let me just start with some fresh, clean canvas. Right now I'm not wearing anything on my skin. Because I get oily through the T-zone, I want to use something to control oil, but the trick is to use it after you do your foundation. So what you want to do is just prep your skin with a little bit of your normal hydration routine that you do. I'm using hydrating primer because it's water-based. So because I have that oil, I don't have to be concerned about adding more oil to my skin. The water that's in this product is going to provide more of an immediate drink of water for your skin. So if you're feeling dry or lackluster, this is the way to go. Once you've applied it, you can see I put just about a pea-sized amount and just spread it everywhere. I like to put it under my eyes too because it's got sodium hyaluronate, so it's hydrating that skin for me. The next thing I'm going to do is go right on in with my foundation. So this one is Y315, so it's in the yellow category. When you're applying your foundation, you want to start wherever you need the most coverage. So if you see on my nose I have some redness, through here I have redness, and here as well from rubbing with my tissue to take off my previous makeup. Press in your foundation there first. And then from there, you want to stretch the product in a good direction. So what that means is that you're going to be working with the muscles under your skin, and is also with the hair growth pattern of your face. Because I have facial hair, I'm not going to put a lot through my beard. But because I needed more coverage to the center of my face, you can see that's where I first placed my product. It's always good to put it a little bit under your eyes too, because then you're not having to use as much concealer later on to brighten up. So now that I've got this product on my face, I am going to use outward and downward strokes to disperse the product. I'm going to get closer to my eye. I can actually use the back of my brush to like wiggle it up right into my lash line, because I don't want to wear too much makeup. I don't want too much concealer on. You can see that back of the brush kind of just gently rolls and presses and taps it into place. And then a little bit on the eyelids too, to neutralize any redness or veining. That actually helps to make people look a little bit younger, because as we mature, our skin gets a little bit more see-through on our eye area, and you can actually see more of that texture or discoloration or veining. I apologize if I'm going out of frame, because I'm working on an iPhone that's taped up to a mirror right now, and it's kind of hard to see myself. All right, everybody. So now that my skin is looking fairly decent. Also, if you have like your favorite tool, you can always use that. I'm using a 104 brush. You can use a 106, a 108 brush. Also like to put just a little extra coverage. So I'm taking my 315 where I needed that little extra coverage. So now I've used about a pump and a half of product, and I'm doing really sheer thin layers on top of my hydrating primer. Just because I'm using primer, it does help like hydration and smoothing out, but I still suggest using just like your normal routine, but just use less of it, because when you're starting to layer up so much product, that's when you run into issues of like coverage or not feeling comfortable in the look or breakdown. Because this product is meant to be natural, I mean, you can put it directly on skin too, but I want just a little added coverage to cover up my redness. Okay, see how I'm tapping? That's the motion that you want to do to build coverage. So as I'm tapping, I'm going from a medium to like medium full coverage. And then as I stretch, I leave the coverage where I need it, but just stretch the edge of that coverage to smooth it out and soften it into the skin. This is actually a really good technique to use when you're covering any blemishes, dark circles, etc. So now that I've done all that, I want to set my makeup so it stays on a little bit longer. And I like to use HD powder, because it's very translucent. It works on any skin tone. Like for me, it actually helps to smooth over pores and fine lines even better. but the trick is to use just a tiny, tiny bit. But before I do that, I want to show you how you can set your makeup with a little mattifying primer. So this is the Mattify Equalizer. This is actually really, really potent. So if you're not really oily, this is not your option. You can probably utilize the hydrating primer or the smoothing primer, something that isn't as potent, because this one has a few ingredients to really control oil and shine, and it has also powder in it. It's gonna be really, really mattifying. But I wanna just use a tiny bit, and the trick is to take the smallest amount, almost nothing, on your fingers, and just walk it on your skin with your fingers in the areas that you're looking to really control oil, shine, and set and mattify. So you can see I'm just kind of tapping it through here where I get oily. And it's really just, it's almost like I'm walking it onto the skin. So it's not packed on with a brush. I'm not putting it on too thick. You can see where I just got to work, so I'm still a little humid from outside. Okay. So I had a lot left over, so the trick is you really don't need very much. I use way too much. Don't waste your product. Okay, now it's time for my HD powder. So HD powder loose is also very potent, so a tiny bit goes a long way. So if you look at my brush, I put just the smallest amount on there. You can barely see it, and then I want to tap it so it goes inside the brush itself. That way when I go to apply, it doesn't fall everywhere. So that's another tip for reducing the fallout of your product. And the tip and trick for this product is to press and roll through the T-zone first. I know it's not a good camera representation, but if you get up close, you can really see it smoothing over my pores and fine lines. So once you're pressing and rolling, what that does is it creates almost like an instant filter over your skin. All right, press and roll, press and roll. I'm gonna take just a tiny bit more. I hit the sides of my face too. I always start in the center. Really, really important. Because that's where I have the most needed coverage, the most texture, and where my foundations tend to break down. All right, now that I've done all this, I want to bring a little color and some sunlight into my life. I'm using Pro Sculpting Duo because it has a sculpting color and it has a highlighting color. This is the #1 combo because I'm kind of fair. And I want to use a soft brush. Maybe I'll use this guy. This one's nice. This is like the 158. This is the double-ended brush. So you've got one firm side for applying lots of color and one soft side for applying less color. I don't want to go crazy overboard with color, so I'm using the softer side of the 158 brush. I'm going to pick up my dark shade from the Pro Sculpting Duo and just, there's some crazy light in here. Hit my cheekbones a little bit. Give myself a little bit of that nice healthy glow. I don't want to look washed out. I want to look nice and healthy and vibrant, like I actually got to go to the beach this summer. And then also because I have a large forehead, I'm gonna do a little bit right where my hairline is. Right back in there. So if you wanna intensify the color, use the more firm brush, and as you're loading your brush, push into the product against the bristle. Okay, that picks up more product. And then once you've applied it, just like we did with our foundation, we start here where we want our color, and then we stretch and blend it in a good way. The key to this product is that it's not depositing any talc or any heavy duty powder, so it's not going to cake up on you. The idea is that you're adding color to your skin and not coverage. That's really the idea behind all Ultra HD products and Makeup Forever products, is you want to look as natural as possible, because with the direction that cameras are going, if you put on too much makeup, it's going to be very noticeable. So less is more. So anytime that you have the option to just add color, not coverage, go with it. Okay, so now I've sculpted a little bit. It looks very natural. I can intensify it a little bit if you want to see, but remember, I'm doing a little bit of this male grooming. I don't want to go to work in drag and scare everybody. Not that they'd be scared, they probably would love it. All right, I'm going to take just the tiniest bit of the highlighter shade from the Pro Sculpting Duo on a 144 brush. Pick up that product, very, very small amount. And then I want to tap it where I want that little bit of healthy glow on my skin, so that I look like everywhere I go I have the perfect lighting in the room. It's also awesome under the brow arch if you want to intensify your arch of your brow, down the bridge of the nose if you have a thinner bridge. So the idea is that adding this texture of this highlight is going to pull forward, make more prominent, and it's actually really just, it doesn't even look like a powder, it just looks like beautiful luminous skin. So I hope this helps you. This is how I wear Ultra HD, and I'm excited to see what you guys do with it. Take care.